Ever had that gut-deep feeling that something's seriously off? That cold twist in your stomach that screams danger even when everyone else is busy playing holiday cheerleader? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into a Christmas dinner story that proves the biggest gifts under the tree aren't wrapped in shiny paper. They're truths, raw, ugly, and unforgettable. This isn't just your average holiday drama. It's a full-on crash course in intuition, confrontation, and the kind of marital meltdown that leaves scars. What you're about to hear will make you question every innocent gesture, every friendly invite, and every tiny white lie that slowly eats away at trust. Ever wondered how far someone will go to expose a lie? Or how fast a carefully built facade can collapse? You're in the right place. Trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this one. So let's set the scene. Derek, 29, has been married to Vanessa for 3 years. He's just living his best domestic life, stirring pasta on a random Tuesday night, while Christmas looms on the horizon, promising the usual family chaos, great food, and maybe one too many eggnogs. Then, out of nowhere, Vanessa drops a bomb. Oh, by the way, I invited Marcus to Christmas dinner at your parents' place. Cue the red flag waving like Rudolph's nose on high alert. Marcus? Your ex? That Marcus? Derek's shock makes perfect sense. Because this isn't just any ex, this is the Marcus, the college boyfriend who hung around for 3 years. And even though Vanessa insists they ended things on good terms, Derek could always sense that weird energy between them. The inside jokes, the stolen glances, that invisible wall separating him from a past he wasn't part of. Personally, I think that kind of weird energy is never innocent. When someone keeps a so-called harmless friendship with an ex, but there's still that unspoken tension, the nostalgia, the exclusivity, it's not insecurity. It's instinct screaming, pay attention. Vanessa, unfazed, gives the classic excuse. He's going through a tough time and doesn't have family nearby. Sound familiar? It's the textbook justification for crossing emotional boundaries. But here's the kicker. She'd already told Derek's mom before telling him. Oh, the nerve. That one move says it all. It's manipulative, a preemptive strike to make Derek look unreasonable if he objects. And when she tells him to be mature about it, that's the gaslighting cherry on top of this poisoned gingerbread cake. Real maturity in marriage is about honesty and respecting boundaries, something Vanessa clearly skipped over. Now Derek, bless his heart, tries to play it cool. He nods, goes back to stirring his pasta, but his mind is racing. Later that night, when Vanessa's asleep, he does something he's not proud of but doesn't regret. He checks her phone. And yeah, sure, snooping is messy, but when every logical explanation falls apart and your gut won't shut up, sometimes you need clarity more than you need peace. And oh boy, he gets clarity. 2 months of daily texting. Not explicitly inappropriate, but way too intimate. Inside jokes, remember whens, and the dagger to the heart. Vanessa venting about Derek. The knockout punch? Marcus writes, I miss what we had. Things were simpler. And Vanessa replies, I know. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if we tried harder. That's not friendship. That's emotional infidelity flashing in neon lights. It's betrayal at a soul level. She wasn't just being nice to an ex, she was emotionally cheating, reminiscing about a romance while still married. And honestly, that kind of intimacy can hurt way more than a physical affair. It corrodes trust from the inside out. Derek, now in full detective mode, screenshots everything and starts digging. Turns out, Marcus isn't some heartbroken loner. He's engaged. Has been for 4 months. So Vanessa's whole he's going through a rough time story? A complete lie. Calculated. Deliberate. This wasn't carelessness, it was deception, pure and simple. She wasn't just bending boundaries, she was rewriting reality to keep her emotional affair alive. This is where the story takes a sharp turn, from personal heartbreak to a bold, almost genius act of self-preservation. Derek realizes that Clare, Marcus's fiancée, deserves to know the truth. So he sets up a burner Instagram account and messages her. Short, calm, and factual. Honestly, it's brilliant. Instead of confronting Vanessa and getting gaslit with more lies, Derek quietly recruits an unexpected ally, someone with just as much to lose, if not more. It's a strategic power shift, and it changes everything. Claire replies within an hour. She's shocked. Marcus had told her he'd be spending Christmas at a work colleague's holiday party. That's when the layers start to peel back, revealing that Marcus is just as guilty as Vanessa. Furious but composed, Claire agrees to come to Christmas dinner when Derek invites her. When she asks, "Won't that be awkward?" Derek, calm as ever, answers, "Probably, but I'm done being lied to. We both deserve to know what's really going on." That line says it all. He's done playing Vanessa's game. From this point forward, he's the one setting the rules. In the days leading up to Christmas, Derek's quiet composure becomes a masterclass in restraint. Vanessa, totally oblivious, is giggling and texting Marcus about logistics. Derek just nods along, pretending to be the mature husband she always said she wanted. But he's not just staying quiet. He's watching, waiting, and planning. It's the calm before the storm, and beneath it all, he's bracing himself for the inevitable collision. Christmas morning feels almost normal. Fake smiles, exchanged gifts, the kind of cheerful small talk that hides 1,000 secrets. As they head to Derek's parents' house, he admits to himself, "I almost felt guilty about what I was about to do." Almost. That one word, almost, shows he's human. This isn't revenge, it's reckoning. When Marcus shows up, he's his usual charming self, laughing, bringing wine, shaking hands. Vanessa lights up like a kid on Christmas morning, hugging him for a few seconds too long. The disrespect is blinding. Derek sits there, calm on the outside, boiling on the inside, waiting for his cue. Then the doorbell rings. Derek stands up, opens the door, and there's Clare. Nervous but composed. The second she walks in, the room freezes. Vanessa goes pale. Marcus drops his beer. "See, Clare?" he stammers, voice cracking under the weight of his own lies. Clare steps forward with poise. "I was invited," she says. "Derek was kind enough to include me when he heard you'd be spending Christmas with your ex-girlfriend." Silence. Thick, suffocating silence. It's not just shock, it's realization. Derek's family, his parents, his sister, everyone can feel the truth snapping into place. Then comes Derek's moment of poetic justice. Calm, deliberate, he turns to the room and says, "This is Clare, Marcus's fiancée. Marcus, I don't think you told Clare you were spending Christmas with Vanessa. And Vanessa, I don't think you told me Marcus was engaged. So I figured we'd all spend the holiday together. You know, be mature about it." The callback to Vanessa's own words lands like a thunderclap. Absolute perfection. The aftermath is chaos. Marcus starts stammering excuses. Claire's voice trembles with fury, demanding answers. Vanessa, red-faced and cornered, accuses Derek of trying to humiliate her. He doesn't flinch. "Clare deserved to know where her fiancé was," he says evenly. Then comes the knockout line. "Just like I deserve to know that you've been texting your ex every day and telling him you miss what you had." Vanessa's face drains of color. There's no way out now. The lies crumble instantly. Marcus and Vanessa's stories contradict each other at every turn. Clare, finally seeing the full picture, stands tall and says, "We're done. Completely done. Don't come home tonight. Don't call me. I'll have my brother pack your things." It's not just a breakup, it's a declaration of self-respect. Claire's composure in that moment is nothing short of inspiring. Marcus follows her out, defeated. Derek turns to Vanessa, his voice steady, final. "I want a divorce. You brought your ex to my family's Christmas. You lied about why. You've been emotionally cheating on me for months. You made me feel crazy for being uncomfortable. So no, we're done." There's no rage in his tone, just clarity. Vanessa, realizing she's completely alone, grabs her purse and leaves. The dinner that follows is awkward, sure, but they get through it. Derek's parents rally around him, his mom apologetic, his dad quietly proud. And his sister Lauren? She caught the whole thing on video. It spreads through the family chat in hours, becoming legend. The support means everything. It tells Derek he wasn't crazy, that his instincts were right all along. Vanessa bombards him afterward with texts, angry, tearful, pleading, but he replies only once, "Talk to my lawyer." It's a single sentence that says everything. The door is closed for good. A week later, Derek meets his attorney, armed with screenshots, receipts, and proof of his contributions. Smart move. He's protecting himself. Most mutual friends take his side. The few who don't probably don't grasp the depth of the betrayal. Sometimes, exposing the truth takes a little drama. Claire reaches out, thanking Derek for the honesty that saved her from a marriage built on lies. They meet for coffee, not romantically, just two people comparing scars. Claire's in therapy, focusing on herself, grateful she dodged a bullet. The connection between them isn't flirtation, it's mutual respect born from shared pain. Marcus blames Vanessa, Vanessa blames Marcus. And honestly, they're both right. Their lies were a team effort. 2 months later, the divorce is nearly finalized. Vanessa, humiliated, doesn't contest it. Derek sells the apartment, keeps a fair share, and begins to rebuild. He gets an email from Vanessa, long, apologetic, filled with regret, and pleas to stay friends. He never responds. That silence is his closure. When Derek and Claire grab coffee again, she thanks him one last time. "You saved me from marrying a man who would have always chosen his ex over me," she says. Derek smiles, sad but grounded. He's not celebrating, he's healing. He admits some days are hard, but he's standing taller now. His family jokes that he won Christmas, and maybe they're right. When his dad pats him on the back and says, "Son, that was the most interesting Christmas we've ever had. Well done," Derek finally lets himself laugh. Dark humor, sure, but in that laughter, you can feel his peace returning. Though it reads like a wild Reddit story, this one hits deeper than most because it mirrors the quiet battles so many people fight behind closed doors. It's not just gossip, it's a lesson in trust, boundaries, and the quiet, corrosive danger of emotional infidelity. First off, never underestimate the power of intuition. Derek's gut told him something was wrong, and despite Vanessa's gaslighting, making him feel insecure or crazy, his instincts were dead on. Too often, we silence that inner alarm when a partner manipulates our perception of reality. But your gut doesn't lie. That off feeling isn't paranoia, it's self-preservation. Ignoring it is like ignoring the check engine light on your dashboard. You can pretend it's fine, but eventually something's going to break down. Next, let's talk about trust. Physical cheating might grab headlines, but emotional betrayal is often far more damaging. Vanessa and Marcus's texts, the private jokes, the remember when nostalgia, the complaints about Derek weren't just innocent messages. They were bricks in a wall that shut Derek out of his own marriage. Emotional cheating is subtle, but it cuts deep. It's when one partner starts meeting their emotional needs with someone outside the relationship, leaving the other feeling invisible. The wounds from that kind of betrayal don't heal easily because they strike at the foundation of intimacy itself. Then there's the issue of boundaries. Sure, it's possible to stay on good terms with an ex, but the second it turns secretive, nostalgic, or emotionally charged, that relationship stops being harmless. Vanessa ignored Derek's discomfort, dismissed his concerns, and crossed a line. Real respect in a relationship means protecting your partner's sense of safety and prioritizing your shared future over your past. If you have to hide an interaction from your current partner, it's already a problem. It's not about control, it's about respect. And let's give Derek credit for his strategy. His method was unconventional, yes, but it was also brilliantly effective. Instead of confronting Vanessa in another cycle of lies and excuses, he quietly gathered the facts, looped in Clare, and let the truth expose itself. The Christmas dinner reveal might have looked dramatic from the outside, but sometimes truth needs a stage. It forced accountability, stripped away denial, and brought everything into the light. Painful? Absolutely. Necessary? Without question. And Lauren's video for the family group chat? That's karma's sense of humor right there. What really stands out, though, is how fast Derek and Clare acted once the truth came out. No hesitation, no bargaining, no clinging to what was already broken. Clare ended her engagement. Derek filed for divorce. That's what self-respect looks like in real time. Some betrayals cut too deep to fix. Trying to make it work after that level of deception only prolongs the pain. Both Derek and Clare chose themselves, and that choice, though hard, is an act of strength. Finally, there's healing. Derek's refusal to reply to Vanessa's apologetic email isn't cold. It's healthy. It shows he's focused on his peace, not reopening old wounds. His quiet coffee meeting with Clare, not as romantic partners but as two people who survived similar storms, is the kind of closure that feels genuine. It reminds us that healing doesn't always mean isolation. Sometimes it means finding solidarity in shared pain. Derek's reflection, "I miss being married, but I don't miss being married to someone who didn't respect me," says it all. It's the painful but liberating truth that love without respect isn't love worth keeping. The road out of betrayal is rough, but the freedom on the other side? Priceless. So, what can we take from all this? Christmas might be the season for togetherness, but it's also when hidden truths have a way of surfacing. And sometimes, the most meaningful gift you can give yourself is honesty. no matter how much it hurts. If Derek's story hit home for you, if it made you rethink those innocent relationships or trust your instincts a little more, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and reach others who need to hear stories like this. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll never miss our next deep dive into the messy, mysterious, and often unbelievable world of real human relationships.